¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to another solo leveling video on my channel, guys. So today we're going to be talking about Yoo Jinho, if I pronounce his name right. So this character is actually literally the perfect all-round support slash breaker slash buffer slash healer which you can actually get as a free-to-play player. And especially since his dupes are very readily acquirable, he is an awesome choice to actually invest in early and carry you all the way to the end game. Now, especially when you're starting out, I would highly recommend any player using him because as a support, buffer, breaker, whatever you want to use him at, he is literally undefeated. Now let's talk about his best artifact set. Now this character, there is actually no real best artifact set for him because he can essentially fill in three roles. He can fill in the role as a healer, he can fill in the role as a shielder, and he can fill in the role as a breaker. And he does every single one of these roles very, very good, like better than some SSR units even, right? So in my case, he is actually fulfilling the main role as a breaker. Hence, I've given him the solid analysis state, which basically a 2-piece and 4-piece set effect increases the damage dealt when enemies are in a break state by 15%, right? So that is definitely the role I'm playing him in. Now, if you want to play him as someone like a healer, then the Noble Sacrifice set is actually the best set because this one will increase his HP by 8%, and the 4-piece set effect is even better because it decreases the user's attack by 8%, but it doesn't matter for him anyways because his kit doesn't scale off attack, but it increases the team members' attack by 8%. So he's already helping the team just being in the team, like literally crazy. And if you want to play him as a shielder, the Guardian set is the best one because this one will increase the shield effect by 30%. And the 4-piece set effect will basically, when a team member, including the player, activates a shield, it increases damage dealt by 10% for 10 seconds. So either way, he is a buffer, supporter, healer, breaker, you name it, he can do it. So in terms of jewelry sets, there is also no real best set out there, right? So in my case, I'm using the concentration of firepower because again, he's fulfilling the role as a breaker. However, you could also run, for example, the outstanding connection because this one, a 2-piece set effect, basically when it tags out, the user of the member which got tagged in will be having an increase of attack by 12%. So that is huge. And the 4-piece set effect basically increases that attack increase to 28%. Like, yo. And the other alternative is the executioner because when he loses health, he will be able to deal increased damage. But yeah, that's the least favorite one. So as you can see, there is a lot of ways to build this guy. Now, in terms of weapon, again, the SSR weapon for him is mostly, again, the best choice because this one increases his attack, defense, and HP by 2% at base, right? Obviously, when you level it up, now if you check the max, it basically increases to 5%. And when the user obtains Yoo Jinho's potion, additionally increases the user attack, defense, and HP by 3%. So this is actually huge, right? But again, this character is difficult because there is no real best weapon for him. You could run, if you're running him as a shielder, run the shield, the R version, because this one decreases his damage taken, right? You could also opt in to run the SR shield because this one will further increase these effects, right? So that's one way of running him. You could also opt in to run something like the stuff for him. So there is no real best option in terms of other weapons than his SSRs. So I recommend generally going with the R shield or the SR shield. Now in terms of stats, what you always want to be looking for when building him, you want to go for defense. Like literally defense should always come first. When you get a helmet, run for defense. When you get boots, try and go for defense. For the bracelet, always try go for a light damage increase because the bracelets generally just increase the elemental damage. And as for the ring, also go for defense. As for substats, again, defense. That's the way to go for this guy. HP second, attack last. Because if you build him purely defense, right, trust me, this character will be very, very hard to defeat. Like, he will take so little damage. On top of that, he will continuously proc his shields. And with the shield weapon equipped, he will be a number or a force to reckon with. Now, in terms of skill level priority, you want to prioritize his basic attacks, because the basic skills. Because the first one, it stuns the opponent, huge. Second one, it basically increases the user's defense by 20%, also huge. The support skill, this one basically procs the potion. And the potion is basically when the user's HP is recovered by 5%. So when any character gets that potion, he will recover HP. Same with the QTE skill. This one will also recover 5% of the user's HP. And his ultimate is actually the one, because this one will generally increase the user's defense by 40%. So, and also increases the user's defense by 40%, right? So this one is actually also very good. Again, if you build him purely defense, right, and you have 5 copies of him, he will be doing, he will be insane. Like, literally the best free-to-play SR character in terms of support, break, buff, heal, shield in the entire game. Now, in terms of teams, there is no ideal team, since essentially he functions in any team perfect, since he always takes on one of these roles, or he could take all roles as once. So literally, he's just a jack of all trades. He can go in any team, do well, like a full light team like this. For example, he could also be very good assistance in a team like this when you're trying to fight someone like Cerberus and you're looking for a good support. Or he could also be a very good team for a dark team. So if you're trying to run someone like Silvermane, then Lee, and then him on top, he could also be a very good support team to fill in any fire team, because you got Emma as breaker and Choi as the best fire DPS in the game. So as you can see, there is a lot of options to run this character, and again, he fits just well in any team. So final thoughts. Yoo Jinho is a great freebie breaker, having a stun, multiple defense increase. He will be able to heal and break consistently. He's just an overall crazy good support, like very good. Like, he gets a few dupes also for free when you clear chapters, right, and missions. That's where you get, like, I think 2 or 3 free dupes of him, right? And those are very useful. Now, obviously, where you want him to be, essentially to be perfect, is at A5, right? A5 gives him the best bonus possible, right? But generally speaking, he just does good at any dupe, really. But his A5 will make him perfect as a support, because when allies claim a potion, they will get a shield and an attack increase, on top of healing 12% of their HP. So yeah, he's definitely huge. Like, he's great for beginners, medium, intermediate players. He will be able to carry you all the way till the end game if he's just built right. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.